When the future first arrives, we often don't recognize it. Interactive Brokers founder Thomas Peterffy brought the future to the floor of the American Stock Exchange in 1983. The company had fabricated Wall Street's first mobile computer, and it changed finance forever. Today, Interactive Brokers continues to push finance forward by building
All right, test mic, test mic. All right, test mic. Test mic. All right, good morning, everyone. It's market is open, so we are gonna be doing the same thing. Be on the sideline first and see what the market is gonna do before jumping in. All right, test mic. All right, good morning, everyone. It's market is open. All right, so SPY is a pullback by $2 and down by 42 cents or 42%. So we did had that all-time high yesterday, 514. Together with SPY, some of the tech names also had a pullback yesterday. Very nice doji yesterday from AMD. I was watching that after the market closed. So yeah, AMD, a nice gap down today as well by 2.3%. Pre-market low here and pre-market high. We are still in between my pre-market high and pre-market low, while SPY looks like it had found a level 509.88. Let's see if it can sustain that level. So we're watching AMD, NVIDIA, one of the tech name as well. This one, since it's a high price stock, I usually just use this one as a play where I look at NVIDIA and look at AMD. If NVIDIA is having a pullback, since it's the same sector as AMD, then we're able to get a little bit of a sympathy play. So AMD, I am short bias AMD. It had a nice gap down right here. So yesterday created a doji, then from 202.99 there is a level right there. So 202.99, that one was touched at the pre-market and looks like had a rejection after that pre-market level was touched. So let's see here. Yeah, this one looks like just big volume sitting at 199.50, so incoming next level. All right, so let's see. I did not want to do any opening range breakdown on AMD, although it's very enticing just because of the daily. But since we open right here in between my pre-market high, pre-market low, chances are it can still consolidate at this level. The good setup here could have been if it's close to the pre-market low and an opening range breakdown. Pretty much right now it is just inside this level of the pre-market high and the pre-market low, and even SPY right now is just about to test the low of the pre-market. So it's still very early to jump into AMD, although I am really short bias AMD. Target is a nice gap up. It is up by $15.53. Pre-market low is at 152.09 with a pre-market high of 167.2. Created a new high around 169, then got a rejection there. Looking at the daily looks good, a very strong stock. We are not going to be considering any short on that strong stock. And then coin is an inside bar. So coin, let's look at the daily for coin. We haven't touched that price for a while. So pre-market low, and then pre-market high is 237. AMD here having that pullback. We just lost that VWAP, so next level of support here is 199.02. Yeah, SPY just looking so weak as well. All right, a little bit of a bounce there at the level 199. That is the S4 right here. And a rejection already at the VWAP. So what else are we looking at? DWAC, a very volatile stock. It is just a little bit over 500,000 shares. And the float here is 28 million. It is shortable, but not a lot of volume. So we'll just put in our levels. PHUN, this is not shortable. So yeah, we're just going to be watching this one. But I don't like trading stocks when they are not shortable, because if I'm going to be long that stock, then I need the short squeezed to be in my favor. So Rivian had been the stock that I've been looking for a long-term play. This had been bidden down. Analysts have downgraded this a couple of times, had the earning and a massive drop in its price. Looks like it had found a level around 10.52. Right now it had moved 1.3% already, so very strong for Rivian. All right, AMD. So this is the reason why I did not want to short AMD right at the open, because of the probability of just filling this level right here from 202 to 198. So look at this one, all who were short. This one can also be just short squeezed, needing to cover. So with AMD, next level here, what I want AMD to do is retouch and retest this resistance at 202.99 and a possible short there. But let's wait what it'll do. Still has a bunch of ask right here. So yeah, it still is going to push up. All right, so for a gap down, Mara is down by 2%, 7 million shares. Daily is an inside bar. I can do my levels there later. Apple is a gap down by $4, almost $4 now. Looks like it had found the support right there. Tesla, it's a gap down as well. 181.93 is the pre-market low with a high of 185. PLTR, inside bar. Let's just put in the level as well. Created an opening range breakup. And let's see, Mara. Okay, let's just put in the levels as well. GTLB is a gap down by $10. A gap down by $10. This is a float of 94 million. Short selling restriction, 4 million volume currently being traded. Looks like it had found that, let's see, pre-market high here, created an opening range breakout, and big rejection at 66. Still above the VWAP there, not really sure yet whether that has a juice to go down. SoFi is a float of 903 million, not a low float, pre-market low, pre-market high 8.52. So 52 to 6, less than a dollar move there. And SE, what is SE doing? All right, SE is getting very interesting here. Yesterday, I've never seen SE with this much of a volume, 34 million, which it happened yesterday. So yesterday had a big move all the way to 57, now is an inside bar. Although today it only has 1.2 million shares, so worth taking an eye on SE just because of the yesterday's volume. So no positions yet for me. Waiting for the right setup to form. Roku is another one that I am looking at for potential swing if it had found a level. So Roku also has a couple of downgrade. I think the price target now with the analyst is around 52 something. So not a lot of volume. It's 285,000, so definitely cannot jump in there, and it is an inside bar. So let's see. SPY now having a little bit of a curl. Let's see if SPY is going to have a rejection in the VWAP, and our AMD here still looking strong. What I'm waiting for AMD is to touch 202.99, this level right here. That level, looking at the daily, is a very strong resistance. That is the high of this 2 days candlestick high, as well as close to this, the low of yesterday. Volume for the daily, it is decreasing, so we do have to take note of that. 199, yeah. AMD have done this one couple of times where it will have that big of a gap down, it will fill the gap, and then once it reach that strong resistance, then it will look at this one. So it just broke that resistance that we were looking at earlier, 202.9. So now we are waiting for a sign of weakness. So 202.9, that one was the highest, so almost 204 there. It passed through our strong resistance there at the daily. Looking at the 15, we do have our S3 right there, looking for some sign of weakness so we can short this thing. Okay, shorting AMD, very small position there, and we'll be adding to that position. So AMD stop loss is the high of the day, which is 203.92. Added to my position there for AMD, so short now with AMD. So the thing that I don't see here with the 1 minute is I don't see any big imbalance. So that means without imbalance here, it will have the tendency for some consolidation first before it gets to have that move that we were hoping. So SPY, let's see if SPY is going to give us some help here. SPY is below the VWAP, which is good. So our AMD here has a higher probability, higher chance as well. See, added to my position there for AMD. All right, so with that add, let's see, our average cost is 202.34. So not the best add. So many levels now that I have here. Okay, SPY is still below the VWAP. Thinking of adding more. Added to this position. AMD. Let's look at the daily. This can easily just short squeeze people as well. So we have to take that into consideration. This can still go either direction. We do have a VWAP hanging out here. Volume bar is, yeah, still big order was filled there. All right, some short squeeze happening here. See our 5 minutes. Stop loss here is at 203.34. Still having that consolidation. Again, this can just short squeeze people as well. SPY have another rejection, so that looks good. This one could have just fail and stop out those who were shorts as well. What time is it? We do have a news coming out at 10. All right, support incoming at that 201.69. Okay, stop loss here, 203.37. Did not get to update the share size that I have here. So let's 2.43. I always like to do my old-fashioned way of calculating it. Okay, SPY now is touching the support again. Sorry, I just answered it. All right, so we touched that VWAP. Time to take some partial here. All right, so I'm unloading the shares now. We still do have some room because SPY is still looking weak. See this big volume bar right here, and we are below the VWAP. So this one is looking good. So we just lost the VWAP, and yep, let's cover more. We're waiting for a bigger move from AMD. All right, cover more. Okay. AMD still has some room to go here. Okay, and I'm just updating my some short squeeze happening here. We have a very small position left, but I would like to re-enter to the short here. So we're at the VWAP. Let's see. Trying to wait for another bounce so I can reshort. SPY. What is NVIDIA doing? NVIDIA is having also another pullback. So that's what I'm waiting for. AMD to have a little bit of a push higher so I can reshort. Incoming 202. All right, added to my position to the short with AMD. A little bit of an aggressive move there, but we have been profitable already with that move. So now it's going to be a very tight stop loss. So SPY testing the low of the day. SPY is about to create a new low of the day. And we're waiting for AMD to have a bigger move to the downside. We have to be careful with this one as well because this can also just short squeeze on us. To 240. Big level sitting right here. Rejection at 202.8. SPY also had a big rejection. Can also just have some short squeeze happening. Okay, big rejection at 202. Is the short done here versus is the long taking control? There is a big order at 202 right here. That is almost 10,000 shares. SPY just created a big wick as well in the 1 minute rejection at the VWAP. So that re-entry to the short is good. With that re-entry to the short, average cost there is at 201.74. time is it? 9:52. We are about to have news at 10. See the 5 minutes. 5 minutes still looking weak here. So now that we are already green for the trade, then yeah, we can give this one a little bit of some room to move. Okay, SPY tested the low of the day. Nvidia rejection at R3. We're waiting for this support to be broken to a 1.74 if it has the room to go down. But we'll see. We're testing that to 0282 again. So let's see here, 42.37. So we're now between 202.84 and 74. So just under that consolidation, we're just moving around 10 cents here, or around $1. 202.75. Okay, we are having that resistance at 203, 203.12. We're at 25. To 340. Next strong resistance there. No imbalance yet right here. Still pretty flat. See our daily. All right, resistance at 203.50. So 203.50. Next resistance there. If this one breaks 203.50, then we're gonna be out of that small position that we entered to. See SPY. To 350. Rejection at 203.50. NVIDIA is under the VWAP or in the VWAP. Let's see if this is going to retest the high of the day. Okay, created new high of the day, 204.21. Resistance that we have there is a 204. New resistance at 204.27. SPY is just at the VWAP. This is the decision right here. Are we gonna have a pullback or we'll have that follow through to the upside? SPY is still just strong. And the tech names, they're still been very strong. But looks like, yeah, we are due for a little bit of a pullback for the techs. Alright, 204 here. 25. About to create new high of the day. High of this is 204.30. SPY just about to create new high of the day. Alright, so all out with that small position that we have, but the move that we were able to capture here and with a small position, needed to give back some here, still was a good trade. Okay, SPY testing the high of the day. So with that trade, we did have to give some back, which is unfortunate. But with that building of a position here and was able to capture that small position here, stop loss is the high of the day, and it did stop us out. So we did have to give some back. But with that, yeah, I think I'm done with the trade. All right, so let's see, it's 10:03 and we're done trading. So let's just do a recap here. So we only traded AMD. AMD looks like it has more room now to go down. SPY, although we do have a news at 10:03, I don't have my Benzinga on, but SPY have that nice curl up, now created a new high of the day. But for today, we only traded AMD, and AMD was enough for us to get a profitable day. So let's just do our recap. All right, so good morning everyone. It's March 5, 2024, 10:03 in the morning, and market had been open for 30 minutes and we finished our trade for the day. So for the day, what I saw was SPY. SPY is a nice gap down from yesterday. Yesterday we created that all-time high. Just get my pen here. So yesterday we created that all-time high with SPY around 514, and then nice inverted hammer. So it opened, gap down that inverted hammer around 510, and since basing it from yesterday's all-time high, inverted hammer right there, SPY having a big gap down, I am short bias SPY. So when I saw SPY having a little bit of a pullback, as well as AMD having that inverted hammer as well yesterday, all-time high like a SPY. So all-time high yesterday, but had that rejection, inverted hammer, and then today opened right here around 200. So I know AMD had done this one in the past where it is a nice gap down, but that gap down is being bought by either day traders, swing traders, or long-term investor. So I wasn't surprised that, yeah, we are creating this nice pushed up. Also, I won't be surprised if AMD closes green today. So what I was seeing was, and when the market opens, I was actually just finishing up my levels. What I saw with AMD is the pre-market low 198, pre-market high as at 203. So I was already calling out that once it reached 203, I am going to be shorting AMD. So let's just remove some of the levels here just so it's clear. So what is that 203 level? 203 is the pre-market high. At the same time, 203 is that level right here, the high of this candlestick, almost close as well to your inverted hammer. When I saw that 203 in a lower time frame in the 5 minutes, I was waiting for a setup to the short. So I did not see that in the 5 minutes because the 5 minutes, this one is still forming. But what I saw with the 1 minute is, okay, we have that 203 level right here pushed up. You don't want to enter a trade at the sign of strength if you're shorting it, of course, but at the sign of a pullback. So we created this wick right here from 204.04 all the way to 203.27. We do have an S3 right here. I entered just below that wick. So I entered right here. I've been building up my position there just because of the potential for AMD for a pullback. So build up my position. So added to my short here, added to my short. So with that add and that initial entry that I have, I was able to capture AMD from 202.99 or 203 all the way to 200.39. So that is already almost like more than $2.50 moved. So with this big of a load of the shares and covering at the signs of, we reach VWAP, so I need to cover there. Then we went straight lower than VWAP, cover there. Signs of reaching that support I've been covering as well. So cover, and all out right here at the VWAP. Now what I saw was all out at the VWAP still has a potential for a short, so I reshorted it, but this time around that short is just a small position. If you can notice, this short right here is just one time short, not like this where I added to my position. That's why I was able to capitalize on this. So I reshorted it here. Then now stop loss is just the high of the day, and I got stop out right here. I was able to manage this trade because the first move, I was able to capitalize on that, almost a $2.50 move. The second move, I did not get to add to my position. So small position, and the stop loss is just the high of the day, which I got stop out. So I did have to give some money back with this trade right here. But overall, was a good day with AMD, good trade, and only one and done today. So done with a trade in around 30 minutes. And that's a good thing about trading. You don't have to have, we do have a lot of watch lists. I have 16 stocks that I am currently watching. But with all those 16 stocks, if you find your the stocks that is the most predictable and you've been watching for a while, and the highest time frame give you an edge, which is for us is the daily, which looks like, as well as the SPY having that inverted hammer. So that's why we capitalize on AMD. So right now SPY is pretty much red, big pullback, and AMD is just a laggard, but AMD will be doing the same thing as well. So AMD now is pushing down nicely. Looks like AMD still has some room to go down here just because of looking at the daily. So with that, you don't have to make it or keep it complicated. Just rinse and repeat the easiest strategy, and that is finding the levels, finding the strong support resistance. Is the SPY in your side? Does it make sense at the higher time frame for a day trader? The highest time frame for us is the daily, which it does right here because of that inverted hammer. So if you look at the 5 minutes, it doesn't look like a setup. Look at the smaller time frame. That is a setup right there. But you base your bias based on the higher time frame. Your daily looks like an inverted hammer, a little bit of a pullback, then you wait for an entry for a smaller time frame. Smaller time frame can have a lot of fake outs as well. That's why you really need to manage your risk right there. If you're gonna enter and use your smaller time frame, then you have to make sure that you have the position or the volume is not too much that it can just wipe out your account, or it can affect your day. So this one now has a big order, 203.6050, so that's incoming. So this one still has a pullback, and same thing with SPY. So it looks like probably our news came in. So with that, done with the trade. I hope you guys had a green trading day, and as always, we do this, we do live every Tuesday and Friday, and we'll do this again next time. So if you guys have questions, please feel free to reach out to us, and let us know if you guys have any questions, any day trading questions. We would love to help you guys out. If you wanted to learn how to day trade for a living, please feel free to check our website out. It's called ecourseunlocked.com. We are now venturing out as well into real estate, so that's coming very soon. But yeah, if you just wanted to see what our syllabus is, then go through that link and you will see our syllabus here. Now we add to our content every week, so learning never stops. And this one has also a free PDF form that is at least 20 pages, one of our favorite strategies. So check that one out and see whether that is one of your strategies as well. Would love to compare what your strategies are. We do have our blogs right there. And yeah, services is you can avail a monthly, also yearly mentorship is there as well. Monthly, this is no commitment. You can cancel anytime if it's not for you, but we would like to and appreciate if you give us some feedback. In that way we can improve, because we always believe in improving, and that's the way to grow. So with that, thank you so much guys for watching, and yeah, let's see if there's any other stocks that are moving. But for now, I'll be done with my trade, and yeah, I'll just put up my scanner and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Bye for now. Mentorship is there as well. is Mary, and I'm a day trader. So what do you value the most? Is it family? Is it your relationship? Is it health? Is it growth? Or maybe a status? Or maybe a popularity? Is it achievement? Or is it security? Is it fulfillment? Or is it a passion? Is it a relationship, adventure, being creative, being able to do what you want at your own terms? Or just loving what you do, exploring the world, giving back, serving? Now the list can go on and on. What's the common denominator here? All of this require time. And if we will spend 90,000 hours at work, which is the average number of hours a person works in their lifetime, then who has the time to do all this? 24 hours in a day isn't coming to an end. 24 hours is all that we're going to get. Now, wish you could have more time so you can focus on what matters most. What would you do if you have more time in your hand? What would you do if money is not the driving force for you to work? What if you have to get up in the morning, not because you have to clock in at work? What if you have to roll out of your bed to do what you love to do? For instance, for you to travel, spend time with your loved one, follow your passion, maybe do a volunteer work. Did you ever dream of reclaiming more time in a day, or ever wanted to start your own business so you can experience more autonomy, not having to report to a boss, and having the liberty to make your own decision or your own schedule? And I am not talking about retirement. Every day, we get a fresh 24 hours to make that decision on how we would spend that 24 hours. Every day, we are in a crossroad. Our decision will determine our future. In day trading, you can reclaim more time from your day by cutting the working hours to less than 10 hours per week, so you can focus on what matters most. Because honestly, for some, that 10 hours is only their commute time per week to work. After all, we all have seen this ad before. So reclaim more time through day trading so you can focus on what matters most. After all, we are all in a borrowed time, so make it count. Click the link below to learn how to day trade for a living. My name is Mary, and I'm a day trader. So what do you value the most?
Oil prices turned positive after falling by $1 a barrel earlier in the session.
US to sell $95 billion in 4-week bills on March 7th to settle on March 12th.
Do you want to stay up to date with the latest and be on the bleeding edge of news for non-farm payrolls? Then sign up today and get our special offer of Financial Juice Pro for a year's worth of our service for the price of 1 month and save 92%.